This has been a year of first.
Eat.
Don't do that.
Bailey, shush your mouth. Okay, go.
This has been a year of first and last for me. As a senior, it was my first day of high school, the first and last time I got to be editor of my school's yearbook, the first and last time I got to run for student government, and my first cancer scare. Yes, you heard me correctly. On October 18th, I was doing what was not my first self-breast exam, where I found a lump. A few days later, I went to the doctor and found out I had not one, but 2 tumors. One was abnormal in shape and size. My doctor told me she wanted to biopsy the smaller one and remove this bigger one, and she wanted to do it the very next day. Hearing this, my life changed. I couldn't believe it. In 2 hours, I went from joking around with my mom about the big scary chair to I had 2 tumors. I was rushed through pre-op, and when we finally got to leave the hospital that day, everything was just kind of spinning. Life changed for me that day. I had a few quick thoughts about my life, my family, my friends, my boyfriend, and most importantly, my Lord. Had I been the person I should be? Had I done all I could? John 14:21-24 states, "Whoever has my commands and keeps them is the one who loves me. The one who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love them and show myself to them." Then Judas said, "But Lord, why do you intend to show yourself to us, but not to the world?" Jesus replied, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching. My Father will love them, and we will come to them and make our home with them. Anyone who does not love me will not obey my teaching. These words you hear are not my own. They belong to the Father who sent me." I thought to myself, how blessed are we that we know what our Father expects of us, and we know that He loves us. From the moment I found out I had to have surgery, my friends and family completely surrounded and supported me. This reminded me of biblical examples of friends. Ruth was a great friend to Naomi in times of difficulty. When Naomi told Ruth to stay behind, Ruth 1:16-18 tells us, Ruth said, "Do not urge me to leave you or to return from following you. For where you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord do so to me, and more also, if anything but death parts me from you." And when Naomi saw that she was determined to go with her, she said no more. The friendship of David and Jonathan is perhaps the best known friendship. 1 Samuel 18:1-3. As soon as he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day and would not let him return from his father's house. Then Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as his own soul. My surgery went well, and I got to go home that afternoon. When I got home, my friends all came to see me. These people mean the world to me. They laughed with me, and they prayed for me, and they completely surrounded me. Proverbs 18:24 states, "A man with many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." Now I have a question for you. Do you stick by your friends like you should? Do you teach them about the gospel? Do you show them through your actions that we have to follow God's commandments? If not, why not? The real definition of a true friend comes from the Apostle Paul. Very rarely will anyone die for a righteous person, though for a good person, someone might possibly dare to die. But God demonstrates His love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:7-8. There will never be a friend that will be better than Christ. If we are a good friend, we will constantly work to always keep His commandments. Obedience equals love. John 14:31. But so that the world may know that I love the Father, I do exactly as the Father commanded me. On Monday, October 25th, the biopsy results were in, and we found out that both of my tumors were benign fibroadenomas. I went back for my post-op visit on Thursday, October 28th, where I found another lump in my opposite breast. Even though my tumors so far have been benign, it doesn't take away the fear that I could one day develop breast cancer. I have to go back every 3 to 6 months for follow-up evaluations and decisions on what we will do with the tumors. I could let the fear of the unknown get to me, but if I did, I wouldn't be doing all I could. I leave you with a few words of my favorite song, one of my favorite songs, written by Joseph Scriven, that have helped me so much. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to the Lord in prayer. Have we trials and temptations? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful that all our sorrows share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer.